What's up, all Power Ass crew? Today's video, we're doing something a little different. We're doing a junkyard tour. He needs some parts, I need some parts, so we're just gonna walk around up here and see what we can find. Thought we'd take you along for the right trip. Come on, let's do it. Hey everyone, look at this truck really closely. Do you see something wrong with this picture? Look, this way, that way. That frame is bent. No damage per se to make this happen. I mean, it looks like they might have rubbed up against some trees or something like here. How would that even happen? Because check out the frame. That frame is buckled. That's one of those, what the heck is going on here?
That's Dukes of Hazzard stuff right there.
That's the Dukes of Hazzard stuff. So they've been playing airborne this thing or something. I don't know what the heck. That's a good thing about junkyards. You always find some really cool stuff. It makes you think, what? I wonder if you're curious. See. No, it's not automatic. Okay, so somebody already snatched the alternator. A lot of times these Durangos have the alternator you want to upgrade for high amperage alternators. For the, see, these come out anywhere from 95 up to 130 amp, 135 amp, something like that. See what else we can discover. Now this was already gone, but right up in here there's normally a big maxi amp fuse thing. It's a Lincoln Navigator. But another cool junkyard thing right here. Good place to tie your straps on to. Navigators, check them out. And also you check out these right here. These, no, this is still the newer style. I got an old style at the house. Right here. And oftentimes that thing is on the other side of that. Oh, my head. Okay, this one I got. Not all of them have it, because I'm looking right back up in here. There's that big maxi amp fuse supposed to be back there. Because your battery's right there. The cable comes around, links into it. Some have it, some don't. Alright, I was talking about the Lincoln Navigators and their tow hooks. Check this one out. This is the old school style here. One big solid chunk. Beast. I've got somewhere at the house, I've got a set of these. And another thing too, if you look at the way they're made, they make a good step if you need them. And they're solid molded one piece. They're not welded together anywhere. Freaking beast mode. So there's a tow hook there option for you. Recovery points, whatever you want to say.
Holder did a thing too on the cathedral port versus rectangular port and different intakes that fit each one.
Right.
It's pretty interesting.
You say the cathedral ports flow better?
The rectangle ports are the better ones. But there's this thing where you put this piece, a little thing in there that goes from cathedral to square port.
Adapter lock.
Yeah. And it actually cut down on power.
I can see that because of the airflow transition.
Yeah. But it was I don't really remember the whole thing, but it was interesting.
Looky what we got here, 5.3 LS, right there on that. There's also a way you can decode the VIN number to find out exactly what size it is. These are cathedral port heads. Some people are gonna love it, some people are gonna hate it, but I'll give you guys a little bit of clue. I'll let some cat out of the bag that the Project Rust bucket will end up being LS powered. I'm not gonna say which LS that I'm chasing, because every time we come up to this yard here, because they carry a lot of late model stuff here, they don't have a whole lot of old stuff. Because I would love to see some XJ stuff so I can get some of my axles and stuff. But this place right here doesn't carry very many old model stuff, and even less Jeep stuff. So, but the late model stuff is where I come up here shopping for my LS engines, which Rust bucket will get, but I'm not saying which particular one I'm chasing. Yeah, the 8th digit on the VIN. I've got some Yukons. I think a friend of mine, Donnie, has it. His girlfriend has a Yukon. Turned out to be it is a 5.3. But again, you just have to. But some of them were the LQ4s, which are the 6 liters. Some of them are the LQ4s. Just have to decode the VIN to find out for which one. Anyway, there you go. You guys, a little cat out of the bag about Rust Bucket. Now, for you LS fans, one thing you want to look out for is the intakes on the trucks. This is a Yukon, and we finally found the thing here that's a 5.3. Most Yukons were 5.3s. There's some that were the LQ4s of the 6.0 6 liters. For bottom end torque, you really want the truck intake. And the YJs, it should fit just fine because of the hood clearance, how far the engine sits down inside the frame. Some people chase the car intakes because the intakes are so much lower. But with the car intakes, when you go much lower intake like that, you sacrifice the bottom end torque. And for our Jeeps going out playing and stuff, you want that bottom end torque. So your truck intake's the one you really want. I'm not a LS guru at this point, but I'm studying a lot on it, learning a lot about it. And there's, hey, I'll give him a shout out. There is a YouTube channel called The Driveway Engineer. That dude is the bomb for LS's. So check him out. He's a really cool dude. I'm part of his Facebook group as well. So anyway, I'm learning about the LS stuff, but the truck intake's really the one you want to make your power, your low end power. All right, people, look, we got an old Ford here, but why do we care about this old Ford? Simple. I want to show you guys an absolute gem, absolute beast of all rear ends you ever want to get hold of if you can. But sadly, this one's been stripped. The Ford 9-inch. These are a beast of a diff. They're not a full floater axle at all, as you see here. I've got a 14 bolt that's going to be going in Rust Bucket eventually. But the Ford 9-inch is what's the beauty about those is the way the casing's built, they're super strong. Your pumpkin goes in this way versus all your other rear ends has got a cover back in the back. You got to bolt the cover and the pumpkin comes out that way. The beauty of these is if you got that center section, you set up multiple gear ratios. So these are really popular for street rods and hot rods and stuff like that. But you can build two separate center sections. And with dude behind me is listening to me. You can build two separate center sections, one with a different gear ratios. One, say for instance, with 411 gear, another with 308 gear. The 308 gear you can run with the highway. The 411s you can run like for drag racing or something. So these are the rear ends a lot of street rods and drag racers chase, and freaking insane strong. Looky here, people. It's actually the engine I'm chasing, but I'm not prepared to pull it right now. This is the LQ9. LQ9 is the high compression 6 liter. It is in an Escalade, all-wheel drive. So this is the creme de la creme. Well, I can say the creme de la creme. It's got a lot of parts missing off of it. It's got the fuel rails missing off of it. It's because it's the same price. Well, there's a fuel rail. Somebody's jacked it up. Duh. But the way they structure the prices here, you can probably get a complete engine out the door for $500. So my dilemma is what I would have to do if I pulled this engine to get it for the proper pricing. I'd have to pull this engine, then go shopping on the other engines, get all the front accessories, bolt them onto this. Therefore, I get everything out the door for the complete engine price. Otherwise, I buy an engine, I pay $500 for the engine, just call a number out. But then I'd have to buy all my accessories separate. I don't want to do that. So what I got to do is if I was to pull this, get all the other accessories to bolt onto the front of this. Therefore, I get out the door for the same price and have everything I need. Pull the engine harness and the ECM. Leave it all attached, because what they told me is that if it's attached to the engine, it goes out the door for that price. And also on this rig right here, I'll prefer pull an engine, transmission, and transfer case to get everything in one whack. But that's the LQ9. The LQ4 is a 6 liter low compression. These are beasts. Aside from your Corvettes and Camaros and stuff like that, this is what you want. Aside from the high dollar engines, truck intake, this is a monster. Oh, that one. Yes, it's regular gas V8. Looky what we found here. F250 Super Duty. Why does that matter? Because you can do 1-ton swaps. Check it out. Look at the size of those knuckles. Look at the size of those calipers. I mean, beast. These are a driver's side drop, just like the YJ, so you can come off the MP231, come down your drive shaft, boom, join right there, run your stock 4.0, stock transmission, and put these beastly monsters in. So what we got in the rear? Come on back here. Hey, that rhymes. We got floater racks. Look at that. So if you want to do swap of 1 tons, you need the F250s or even the Super Duty lines, 4-wheel drives. And this one was a 2001 model. Alright, now we got the Lincoln Navigators. Here's what I was trying to tell you guys earlier about the maxi amps fuses. If you're going to do the 135 amp Durango Grand Cherokee alternator upgrade, you'll come out of the alternator through that, then over to your battery. That protects your circuit there for your charge circuit. Then you can come off that, come over this way through that one, out to the rest of your wiring harness to protect it. This one's pretty well intact. I may get it, may not. I don't know, we'll figure it out in a minute, because that upper section right there is broken. But the thing of it is, every time I run across one of these navigators, it's normally gone. Let's see what year this one is. Oh yeah, and there's your old school tow hooks on this one. I'm too short to go that high.
98.
Yeah, 98. Anybody need a fuel cell? It's a begging. It's kind of carpet cleaning service, I think he said it was. Yeah. So if you need a fuel cell, there you go. Yeah, right. Somebody done chopped his tail off. Check out this muffler, big old muffler. You got that little bitty exit pipe. I think it's only probably like 1.5 inches. Bet you I think it's choking like crazy. Do. Seeing what kind of gold I can find.
Volvo up here.
Volvos are good. Volvo's got cool stuff in them. Ouch! Somebody had to feel that one. Frontier. I'm actually chasing. Looks like any Tacomas around here. I've read that they've got a 110 plug in the back in the bed. If it's got a 110 plug, that means it's got a voltage converter. If it's got a voltage converter, the voltage inverter, I want it. Now we got
one of those in his new truck he's got. He said it's not strong enough to run anything.
Oh, really?
Yeah. And then he's got the power block in the back.
Don't trip over, jump. Jaguar S-Type. Oh, look at the little hard body. Wayne trying to be fashionable. Huh?
And the CD chamber in the back.
Anybody need a hat?
Yeah, he's tried to use his.
That right there is one of those new-fashioned rear engine drive cars there. Ooh, it's an Outback. I always had a thing for those little Toyota pickups. They're neat little trucks. Something about that Outback speaking to me, like you can get parts off of it. If you guys, if I come across a car that
Got LL Bean seats in it.
ooh, LL Bean, that's just fancy. If these guys see me scan across a car, say, hey, get the part out of that because you can use it for this, throw it down in the comments. Because I try to research these forums to get some information and stuff that we can get off of our junkyard rides. But if you guys know something, hit me up down below, let me know. It's a shame some of these cars are dead. Well, ain't this all fancy? We got LL Bean edition. Ooh. Subaru. Subaru. Oh. I don't see, there's Xterra. Now some of your SUVs, not necessarily the imports, but like your, oh, I didn't think about showing you guys that. Escalades, Suburbans, stuff like that, they got rear heat in them. If you come up, let's just pretend like it's right here is a Suburban or an Escalade. If you come up to the rear end of one of them, the right panel right here, pull all that crap out. Because it's got a little small compact relay boxes back there that you can build really nice power distribution centers out of. And they're just like 4 or 5 pod relays, very handy. They're in the back of Escalades, Suburbans. I think some of the Expeditions they have the rear heat. Basically, you got a rear fan back here. Those relays trigger that run the rear fans. So if you got one of the big SUVs that's got rear heat, check that panel right back up here for a nice set of relays. Now this is a smaller setup right here, and I haven't found, unless they're hidden somewhere, the relays for this. Like I said, I found the relays in the bigger rigs, Suburbans, Escalades, Navigators, and stuff like that. For these smaller compact units here, you got AC and heat in this little small compact box right here. So if you want to stuff that underneath the dash of a, I don't know, some rig that you're building, your rock crawler, whatever, you like going out wheeling in the snow, you can take this setup right here, cram it up underneath the dash, plumb it up, and you'd have heat when it's cold outside. Ductwork connects here, comes up around there if you want to use some of that stuff. But you're asking, what kind of vehicle is it? Good question. Let's check.
Toyota Sequoia.
Oh, okay. Toyota Sequoia. Oh, I'm short. Oh, where's the ground at? Oh, chomp. Short people problems. 2002 Sequoia. Honda Element. I could play in junkyards all day long. This is my version of amusement parks.
Look how small that.
Talk about maximizing your storage capacity. Check this out. Woo! We got storage in the floor. It's a Volkswagen, what, Roatan, I think it was? Roatan, however you pronounce that. I'm redneck, so I can't say those fancy words. Dang, that cord got smacked. Check it out. 50s and 60 amp fuses. Cadillac Eldorado.
There's a totaled out Mustang fastback down here. Even in depth, they can give you the light.
For all you Colorado owners, here's what you got to deal with for your welding. This was probably a Friday after lunch weld, and the welder was drunk off his good Lord. Yeah, that's the factory welds for this thing. That's, yeah, not good at all.
Yeah, the whole thing is rusty.
Yeah, with the rust flaking off of it.
Mm-hmm.
Chevy Colorado for you. If some of you rock crawler people out there need a way to tie down your coolers, there you go. Bolt them down right there. They fold back out of the way so they're sticking up.
2002 Explorer.
Here we have 2002 Explorer. We got these fancy little hooks right here, tie downs if you want to utilize something like that. You can probably take your cooler, bump it up against it right here, and take your tie down straps, go across your cooler to strap them down real good. Get two. Well, honestly, just get one vehicle. Here, put this on one side of your cooler, space it out, put the other one on the other side of your cooler, run your strap over top of it, keep your cooler from tipping when you're out wheeling. 2002 Ford Explorer. Check out this Grand Cherokee. You got two power outlets here. Power outlet there. Oh, the door's going off that one. Bummer. Switches for your heated seats. You can make those switches into whatever you want, I guess. Okay, this right here, this switch is bad on this one, so maybe we can find another one around here. Switch is good on that one, but I feel like they're kind of like momentaries. Okay, that was a notchy. That was bad too. Then you pull that out, put your little switch console inside there or something if you want. Check it out back in the back. 01 Grand Cherokee. Pop that right there and you got yourself a fancy Jeep CD changer. Oh yeah. Sweet. And if you guys feel froggy, you find yourself a really long fan belt. because I'll make a video later on showing you guys what you can do with it. But you can take these belts right here, and if you're doing some kind of fancy conversions and stuff like that on the front of it, you can use it to measure your length, snake it through all that stuff, mark it, then you can pull it out and measure, okay, I've got 59.5 inch belt with a 6 rib, take it to the auto parts store and be able to get your belt a lot faster. But I'll make a video showing you guys how to do that. Check it out, people. Score! My buddy Wayne just hauled up and said, Chuck, come here, check these out. We got Mickey Tushy all nice and warm, and they're in good shape. PT Cruiser. What year is this one? 2003. Right here, lay their own back, or it also folds forward like that. Flip them back up. You got your armrest here, and like I said, these are in really good shape, and they're about the right color for my dash too. My 91. Go look the other side. Yeah. I let a set get away from me one time on another cruiser that I should have went back and got. But here we go with a high-low for your heated tushy. Got a slight little tear right there, but honestly it's not a big deal. Right here's bolsters are good. Got a little bit of crackage right there. Armrest here. Those are in really good shape to be in the scrapyard. I may end up coming back for these today. Sweet. Score. Look at the size of that transmission right there. Thing's a beast. But here's your actual topic. We got a jeepyj. I think my camera shut up by midstream whenever I was recording. We got jeepyj Grand Cherokee Overland Edition Trail Rated. Looks like we got a Dana 44 on the rear, but it's a 2004 Grand Cherokee. Now, with the jeepyj to YJ brake conversion, what you're getting is the bigger discs here and the ability to re-drill, re-taper your front knuckles here to go to over the steering knuckles. Your tie rod and all that stuff sits up on top. But what you'll need to do is split from here and way down here. So I get down here. Split right there, take all this right here off, split them out, because you want here out. Now here's what you want to do. Your brake disc on the your bolt pattern on your brake disc right here for the YJs are small. Your bolt pattern is actually gonna fall inside here. These are like a 5-on-5 or something like that, 5-on-4, 7-5, something like that. Can't remember exactly. YJs are 5-on-4.5 or 4.5 inch bolt circle. So what you got to do is re-drill these for a smaller pattern. Now you can use a regular hand drill if you're steady handed with it, or if you got a drill press, it'd be better. Take your old disc, lay over top of it, do a transfer punch, mark your centers, drill through. There you go. I will be doing this video eventually, doing the conversion on a rust bucket, and so I definitely want the bigger brakes on rust bucket. One other thing too is your calipers. You got to watch out for. You got two different types of calipers. You got Tevis, T-E-V-E-S, I think that's right, and the Akibanos. This is the Akibano caliper. You want the Akibanos, and how you tell? Let's see if I get the camera back here. Right back up in here. I can't see what the camera sees. Right back here on the back side of the caliper, it says Akibano on the back right here. This is the caliper you want, because the Tevis calipers were prone to warpage, warping your rotors, and you get a lot of brake pulse and stuff like that. You don't want the Tevis, T-E-V-S, I think that's right, but you want the Akibano calipers. So this is on a 4-wheel drive front end. I don't know if there's any difference between the spindle, the knuckles between the 2-wheel drive, 4-wheel drive. I don't think there is, because I did some video footage on another one on up that way a little bit. If you want me to, I may tag both videos in together, because you can see the Akibano caliper much better on the other video shot that I took. But this being a 4-wheel drive front end, the other one was a 2-wheel drive front end. I don't think there's any difference in the knuckles, but if you guys know, down in the comments, tell me for sure. So I will be coming back eventually after these knuckles to do the conversion on Rust Bucket. So let's see what other junkyard gold we can find. Wayne found this jeepyj that's already had the front end pulled out of it. Here is one of the Akibano calipers. That way you can get a close up of what you're looking for. Rascal's heavy too. Look right there. You can see it, Akibano. That's the calipers you want to do the jeepyj brake conversion, steering brake conversion. Twin piston. And I'll tell you something, people, it's a beast of a caliper too. The thing's heavy. Good stuff. That's what you want. Now, one thing I didn't mention earlier, also, this pad right here, normally you cannot run a 15-inch wheel with this conversion, because this right here gets all up into the 15-inch wheel. Some people go ahead and step up to 16s, and what I've seen some people do is take this pad right here, because you've got a crap load of meat right here. This is all cast iron through here. You've got a crap load of meat, and what I've heard some people doing is grinding the tops of them off. So what I'll do is, when I do the video on Rust Bucket, when I do the jeepyj conversion, I'll test that theory about 15 versus 16-inch wheels. Because my 91 right now, I've got 16-inch wheels on it. Rust Bucket's got 15-inch wheels on it. So I can show you guys how much clearance there is, and maybe how much meat we need to take off, because there is a crap load of meat on top of this. So I think you're gonna be okay with shaving that down some. The way I understand it's only like way less than 1/4 inch, the way I understand it. But like I said, when I do the conversion on Rust Bucket, I'll document that and show you guys what's up. Hope you guys enjoyed that little junkyard tour. If you did, hit me with a thumbs up, subscribe if you blah, 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 blah. I hope y'all enjoyed that little junkyard tour. If you did, hit me with a thumbs up, subscribe if you haven't. Leave me some cool comments down below. Tell me some stuff that you find in the junkyard that would make a great project for something. You know, what you could use. If you guys would like to see more of these videos where we're out touring the junkyard, looking for parts and stuff, down in the comments, let me know that you want to see every time we go to the junkyard, see some cool tips and things we find, all right? So if you enjoyed this video, thumbs up, subscribe if you haven't. Leave me with the cool comments. Peace out. Later, y'all.